Hi, friends, and welcome to Oli Green. Today we have with us Miss Kumari Pallabi, who is an assistant professor in eco restoration with Demoria College, Khetri in Assam. Her passions, along with eco restoration, includes wildlife photography and wildlife conservation. Today, she's talking to us about how she got initiated in this love for wildlife and also the topic eco restoration and also her activities in this domain. Welcome, Kumari Pallabi, to Oli Green.
Thank you so much, Mr. George, and I'm really glad and excited to get into the conversation with you today. And thank you so much. Thank you once again for giving me this opportunity and that I have got that opportunity to be on your show this time.
Thanks, Pallabi. I have read that you were inspired by your father who used to rescue snakes, and also that you, from a very early age, was very passionate about suitable habitats for birds. This could be a starting point for your love towards nature and wildlife. Can you please tell us a bit more about that?
Yeah, whatever you have gathered information, those are indeed true. Right from my childhood, I have seen my father rescuing a lot of wildlife. Among them, I can mention about the barn owls in the owl category, then monkeys and a lot of snakes. Among the snakes, mainly I can mention these pythons, a large number of pythons and other snakes too. And he was a snake rescuer at most of the time. So growing up, watching him was, I think that has left an deep imprint on my mind, and my love for the wildlife as well as nature has gathered momentum, and now and in later of my life, it has turned into passion.
Okay. Uh, Now let's come to your passion, wildlife photography. We can see that you're more inclined towards the photographs of birds. Can you throw some light on this passion, the life as a wildlife photographer, the thrills, excitement, the dangers, and also the satisfaction that you derive from being a wildlife photographer?
Yeah, sure. Actually, let's begin with the talk on the photography. This photography concept came into my mind means unknowingly. During my graduation days, I used to click pictures of my classmates. They used to call me that you also come and pose for the camera. But at that time, what happened that I used to tell them, no, I will click the photos, you just pose. So I was seen rarely along with them in the picture. So I think that was the beginning of the photography journey. And at that time, only keypad mobile with the facility of a camera was available. So I used to shoot them likewise only. Then gradually, whenever I go to some place or whatever I see, I used to capture in the camera in the form of photo or video. So I think this is the beginning of the photography journey. And when coming to the wildlife photography part or the bird photography mainly, actually I am in an area where it is means where we can see a number of birds in different season also. Our place is known as the Jagi Road. It is a small town. Means 1 hour drive from the Guwahati, the gateway of Northeast.
Okay.
So, and it is also surrounded by lot of natural habitats, like you can say some Junbil, Sarongbil, then again a number of wetlands, as well as Pavitra Wildlife Sanctuary is also near to us. So whenever, so those are the habitats or those are the abode for birds. So when the birds pass by our place to those habitats, we can see them in flocks. So in different seasons, I have seen a number of birds. And again, my father once bought one pair of pigeons to our house. So starting the day with them means giving them nuts, then nourishing them. Then our day also ended with their means. So our involvement with the birds means grown up. Then gradually again when I bought a camera during my master degree, then I started means photographing the birds only this in the surrounding areas in and around our home. So whenever, even if I go on to the terrace to dry the clothes in the sun, at that time also I used to watch which bird is sitting on which tree or what is its position. So okay, then when I came back after means keeping those clothes on the terrace to the ground floor, I used to tell my parents, my brother that okay, I have seen these birds. So these are the curiosity and also the interest that drove me to photography, especially birds. Then again, one thing I can mention that after a hard work, at the end of the day, if I see one bird photograph in my mobile, or if I capture one click, so I think this brings a smile on my face. Then gradually I realized that, okay, this is the thing that gives me satisfaction, and I'm really interested in taking this means forward.
But then you go to any forests or something like that to click photographs of birds?
Yes, I do visit frequently this Pavitra Wildlife Sanctuary. Then nearby the wetlands, this one is Juneville. So these are means abode of birds. So I used to go there. Then again during my work, I used to visit some places. Like I have visited Gibra National Park, Manas National Park. So there also I have photographed a lot of birds along with some wildlife also. Then rhino in Pavitra Wildlife Sanctuary. Then I have captured elephant with its means baby in Manas Wildlife Sanctuary. So this type of visits you get the opportunity to visit such parks also. These are long distances, but frequently I used to capture the birds in the surrounding area. So whenever I get the opportunity to go to such visits, when it will be a long distance, I means don't lose the opportunity to capture the nature and birds.
But then it requires a lot of patience, right? To click
Yes,
photographs of birds. They keep
yes,
moving.
yeah,
Yeah.
indeed. Because sometimes it means I can, when it comes to patients, I can set an example of this blue-headed barbet, which I once means photographed as well as made a video, and it got published. It got featured in a false trail, an Instagram page, which features means wildlife-related concept. So what happened when I visited? Means I was on a visit to my one of my relatives on in Amli Ghat. So it is a nearby place to our house only, but it is a hilly side. So where we can find a number of wildlife, even the monkey visits there, a number of birds also. So I was just sitting in the ground, in their means front of their home. Then at that time I saw that a blue-headed barbet was taking the ripe papaya in its mouth from the papaya tree, and it carried it to the areca nut tree where its hole was there. I think it was feeding those means ripe papaya to its child. So that took a lot of patience, because it was a workaholic barbet. It was continuously coming and going and coming and going. So means I have to run means after it. So it really requires means patience, because you never know that when you miss a good chance or a good click.
Correct.
So patience definitely work, and it is the key to photography.
What about the dangers associated with it? When you go to the forest to click photographs, is there any danger
Yeah.
associated with wildlife photography?
Yes, there is a danger. There is danger, or there are dangers, because you see, the park authority. Recently, we have visited Pavitra Wildlife Sanctuary a few days back. That at that time, I just told the guard that can we just means wait, or can we just stop here to take clips? No, yes, they just allowed that you can stop, but you cannot get out of the jeep, because there are dangers of rhino maybe chasing you. So there are dangers from the wildlife also, because we are in their habitat. They are not in our habitat. It's their territory where we are. Yeah, so there are dangers. Then again, recently one incident has also been recorded in Kaziranga National Park. One of the world's best photographer, you can say Steve, Mr. Steve, who was just working on some photography documentary in Kaziranga. Then their jeep was chased, and their jeep was damaged from the front side by one rhino. So these dangers are there. They You never know when they may be changing or when the behavior changes. So we just have to means notice their behavior and act according to it.
Okay. So that sounds very interesting. Then from there, I mean, your passion in photography, you moved to as a teacher in eco restoration. Uh, can we get some insights on this? I mean, what is eco restoration that you teach? What is that topic?
Yeah. Okay. So eco-restoration is a subject which is in Memoria College, and it is only present in this institution in whole of Asia. It is equivalent to environmental science, and eco-restoration in full form is meant as ecological restoration. You see, we have done a lot of damage to our mother earth, a lot of damage to ecosystem. Means and even we have done damage beyond the carrying capacity of the ecosystem, from which they can't be recovered. on a daily basis. So in this case where the condition is severe, ecological restoration or eco-restoration work, it has acclaimed a worldwide, means internationally acclaimed, it has got international acclamation. And because overall in the world, you can see that a lot of biodiversity has already been finished, which could have been a miracle in the near future. So to cope up, to bring that ecosystem nearly to a natural state, eco-restoration works there. It is a long-term process, needs strict monitoring, planning, then funding, and means involvement of officials, right? Means including the local people to the high officials. So a long process, time-consuming process, and it is really difficult. Though we are studying, or in theoretical perspective, it may seem to be very easier. But while going to a practical perspective, it is really tough. And but it has its benefits in restoring a degraded, damaged, and destroyed ecosystem.
And
That's
is it a degree program?
Yes, it is a master degree program. It is 2 years and it is under Dibrugarh University. Means part of Dimoria College is affiliated to Dibrugarh University and part is affiliated to Guwahati University. And students studying here or those who want to study can get a lot of scope, because students passing out from this course are working in Manas National Park, Rhino, a leading NGO for wildlife conservation in Assam. So in many means ecosystem related, wildlife related arena, they can establish themselves.
So it's
And
called,
afterwards,
yeah, tell
what?
me. Tell me.
Afterwards, it's an opportunity to do something good for the mother nature.
Is it MS in eco restoration? What is that course called? What is that master's program called?
It is MSc in eco restoration.
MSc in eco restoration. Okay.
Yes, and it has been it includes subjects from other disciplines also. Say it chemistry, physics, zoology, botany, computer application, biostatistics, engineering part, pedology, means geography, geology, everything. And earlier, what happened? It was established in 2006, and now it is still running, and many people are successful. We can also, after this MSc, we can also do PhD in ecology and environment. This course is also offering by Assam University, and people have passed out, completed this degree also. After one of the teacher I can mention here, Suraj Sharma, he is now a teacher in Forestry College of Kathmandu. So placement is everywhere.
On a career option, other than teaching, what are the career options after completing this course?
Okay, one can join the forest services, because our students has also passed out and have joined in, some have got employment in Manas National Park.
Okay.
So Rhino also, then in GIS field also.
Okay. Your passion, your liking for nature, wildlife photography, eco restoration, all these put together, you have now come out with a YouTube channel also. Can you talk a little bit about your channel?
Yes, my channel is known as Kumari Pallabi19, a thought process for young aspirants in their view to pass a message to the society. And actually, right from my childhood, I used to watch the interviews on, especially starting from Doordarshan. Then later on, I have watched interviews on. Are you hearing, Mr. George?
Yeah, I'm hearing you. I can hear you.
Okay. I have started watching interviews on Doordarshan, then later Republic Bharat, and so on. And this has motivated me a lot. Means unknowingly also I get interest. I used to watch with interest only, both in English, Assamese, or Hindi interviews. Then during the lockdown, I was just scrolling YouTube. Then I got attached to YouTube. I used to watch one or more blogs daily. Then I thought that, okay, why not I start my own channel? So during the lockdown, it got started, and now I invite different personalities from different fields and try to give them a platform so that they can speak up their mind. Their storytelling can go to their storytelling can meet a number of minds, can motivate a number of young aspirants who are willing to come into their field. So it's a type of communication between the personalities with the audience.
I have read somewhere when you've been recently recognized by one of those wildlife groups, I believe. That is what I saw in Facebook and Instagram. You can hear me, right? You can hear me? Pallavi,
Yes.
you can hear me? Yeah, I mean, I had seen
Yes,
you
I can hear you.
being tagged as a,
Yes, yes.
a very, very prominent interviewer. I had seen somewhere written that you are doing a great job as an interviewer. That I can see it in your YouTube channel too. Okay, now coming to people, the younger
Thank you so much
generation.
for this. It was by Women of Wild India.
Correct, correct. Women
It
of
was
Wild
by
India.
Women
Yeah,
of Wild India,
that's right.
an
That's right.
Instagram page that
Yeah. And coming to now, what do you call it? Your message to people who want to get into the domain of wildlife and wildlife photography and eco restoration. What will be your message for people coming into this field?
Okay, I would like to say only one thing to the audience watching this interview at this time, that it is really necessary to be consistent, to have interest in something, and to keep going. If we try always, something will definitely work out one way or the other at this time, or may be in the later period of time. But it will definitely work out. So, and being the workaholic, I myself is a workaholic person, and I get motivated when I meet an workaholic person. So, being consistent and practicing and hard work is the key to success. I will only say this much.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Pallavi. Thanks a lot. It's been great talking to you for the last maybe 20, 30 minutes. Great insights, and I'm sure it will be a treat for our viewers too. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Mr. George, for giving me this opportunity. It was great interacting with you.